I have really been hoping to get to inspire some younger people out there in the world to go out camping. And if tent camping is just roughing it a little bit too much for you, and you need some walls and you need your own private bathroom and you need heat and air conditioning, this is a really great option that is not going to be very expensive whatsoever, but also not the least expensive, most like junky trailer out there in existence either. So let's go take a look at it. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another video. For y'all that are new here, my name is Myles with Firmly Unbound. Firmly Unbound is my own independent company that I started, and Firmly Unbound is an expression of exploration and freedom in work, play, and faith. So if you want to learn more about that and see what it means to live firmly unbound, you can go down in the comments or the description below in this video. There will be a link, and there will also be a box up in the corner of the screen here that will take you to the Firmly Unbound YouTube channel, where I have a video that explains what it means to live firmly unbound, and then also show everything that I am doing to live a more firmly unbound lifestyle, and hopefully inspiring you to do the same. Now, I am here at the 2024 Dallas RV show in Dallas, Texas, and this here is a Dutchmen Kodiak. And what's the model number on it? It is a 2024 Dutchmen Kodiak 17 SBH. And you can see right here the price on this thing. It is $20,977 here at this show with 20% down, which that there would be $4,000 down at a 9.24% APR. That is $186 per month. And that is probably on a, I want to say that's probably going to be 144 months or 180 months, which would be 12 or 15 years. Now, if you're younger and this is maybe your first time looking at an RV video, that's what I hope this would be. I hope this video is something that some younger people out there in the world will see. I know those numbers can sound intimidating to you, doing a 12-year loan or a 15-year loan, something like that, or even a 10-year loan, because a lot of people aren't used to that. You have to understand how the RV world works. With RVs, people typically buy an RV, they keep it for anywhere from 2 to 5, maybe 7 years, and then they sell it or get rid of it or trade it in. That is what happens every time. My family has been RVing for like 15 years now, and we have had 7 different RVs over the past 15 years. So don't be too intimidated by that. Typically too, if you're looking to finance an RV, you usually need, depending on your credit, at least 10% down, but 20% down definitely gets most people approved that are over a 650 credit score. And that there, again, will be about $4,000 down and under $200 a month, which I think still hopefully might be attainable for a good number of people out there in the world. I know it still might require some saving to get that down payment and stuff like that, and working that monthly payment into your budget. But like I said, this here is going to be something where there are options out there in the market that are literally this exact same floor plan we're about to look at on the inside, that are an aluminum sided RV with wood framing. So this is a fiberglass sided RV. So you're getting a more solid fiberglass siding, as opposed to something like, there's these really, really cheap ones here that are aluminum sided. Now, these aren't as good in my opinion, and in most people's opinion, because they just are not going to, one, they don't look as good. They don't have that nice sleek look, and 2, they are super susceptible to hail damage. Actually, interesting story, my family has only bought one camper like this in my life, and when I say my family, I mean my parents. They bought one camper like this, and they didn't even have it for 2 weeks before they ended up having to pull it through a hailstorm, and it totaled the RV out because of all the hail damage. So that is something where you're not as susceptible to something like that here in a fiberglass sided RV. Now down underneath here, look at how big this pass-through storage compartment is, and you can also see down through here, you have aluminum framing on this RV as well. So something like this here, this is going to have wood framing. Underneath here, you get aluminum framing. And then last thing we need to talk about on the outside before we go inside is the weights on this RV and what you can tow it with. So as we come around this side, you can see the exact specs on these stickers here. So unloaded, this thing is 3,040 pounds. Fully loaded, because it has a cargo carrying capacity of 930 pounds, you're going to be at 3,990 pounds. So under 4,000 pounds fully loaded here. That is going to make it towable by nearly every truck out there, or modern truck out there in the market. Going to be towable by a lot of different SUVs as well. So a pretty dang good option with that. Now, as we go inside, this is going to be something where there's a couple different use cases for a floor plan like this, and you'll see here, like, we have another Kodiak right here next to us. there's different floor plans with these different RVs. So one brand will have many different floor plans that they make to try to fit multiple different people's needs within one product line. So in here, you have a queen size bed right when you walk in. You get a dining table right there. You have some storage up above here. And then this one is more tailored for families. So you have these bunk beds back here that were rated for 300 pounds. They're about 6 feet long each. You have storage down underneath here. And some people that don't have kids, or maybe, you know, are grandparents and only take kids with them every so often, they might also buy a floor plan like this because this does offer a lot of storage space. You can store a lot of things in this area as well, if that's something that you want to do. Now, if you don't want bunk beds, again, there's brands like this in the same exact price range that might give you a little bit more seating space or a little bit more kitchen space in replacement of those bunk beds, or a little bit bigger bathroom, so you don't have to have the bunks. Right here, you have a sink in here. Again, you're going to have a furnace in here, so that is your furnace right down there, so you get heat, so you can camp in colder temperatures. You get an AC in here as well, so you can camp in warmer climates and not be miserable. And then you get, again, a full interior kitchen. You have your microwave, so you can actually heat some things up in there, make cooking a little bit easier if you're just feeling lazy and don't want to cook on a fire or whatever it may be that day. And then you have your refrigerator here. I myself, I'm 28 years old and going on 29 actually. In fact, my 29th birthday is in less than a week. I just realized I'm really not a big birthday person, so I just realized it's in less than a week and I haven't really thought about it whatsoever. But anyways, I'm going into my last year of being 30, or last year before I'm 30, last year of my 20s. Goodness gracious, I can't speak. My last year of my 20s. I just went on a tent camping trip a couple weeks ago in Arkansas, and I dry camped, which meant I camped at a campsite where I did not have any hookups for anything. So like with an RV like this, you can go to campsites that will have electrical hookups and you plug in an electrical plug, which is going to give you power to your AC, power to your microwave, things like that. They'll also have water connections potentially, so you can plug in a city water connection so you have consistent running water through the RV the entire time. Well, I went to a dry camping spot just in the middle of nowhere, basically in an Ozark National Forest, and camped in a tent. Goodness. And that really opened my eyes to thinking that I really want to travel in an RV, and I want to full-time travel in an RV. But I saw in a tent that I'm really comfortable with, just real simplicity, but it rained for 18 hours. And I stayed except for the time I was sleeping at night, I spent my entire time outside in the rain because that was still more enjoyable than being in the tent. Now, if I had something like this would have given me a much more comfortable space to go hang out in, read a book, just chill, whatever, and let the rain pass or do other things. So I'm really looking at an RV for myself, and I'm looking at something in this size range for myself, actually. Again, I think I showed you the refrigerator. Then you have your bathroom back through here. Sorry, I went on that tangent there. I just wanted to explain, like, I'm in the same boat as y'all watching this, you know? I'm actively shopping for an RV and looking at these things like, dang, what would I want and need for my camping experience, you know? You have hooks here, your mirror there as well. Kind of nice because this is like a 3/4 body mirror. So that gives you some good view of yourself there as well. You have your shower here, and because this is a bunkhouse model, they give you a tub. So if you have kids, you have a tub here that you can put your kids in. Now, ceiling height in here is great. I mean, you can see here in the mirror, the ceiling height, I stand on my tiptoes and I don't even touch the ceiling. So it's got to be like 6'7", 6'8" at least, because I'm 6'2" with my shoes on. Step into the shower though, and it is about 5'10" maybe to right here. About 6'2" up into your vent right there. So I would just kind of squat in here for a little bit while I'm in the shower, because your water supply is usually limited, and then the tank that will hold this water that drains out through the tub, that space is limited as well. Usually just turn the water on to rinse, then you turn the water off, then you scrub yourself down, then you turn the water back on to rinse yourself off, and that's your shower. So you try to conserve as much water as possible. Again, plastic foot flush toilet, so not the best, but pretty standard in this price range. If you need Wi-Fi on the road, they do have a spot here to install a WineGuard Wi-Fi router. So you can get 4G LTE and Wi-Fi with that Wi-Fi router. And then that is pretty much everything. So, oh, also this dining table, it does collapse down and make into a bed as well. So these legs on this dining table can come out, and then that table will sit on these black posts right there. Take these back cushions, put it on top of the table, and this is a bed across here. Didn't really show you the storage in here, so this is that storage space there. This is your storage underneath the sink. Comes with a Bluetooth speaker as well. And then you have 2 pull-out drawers here. North to south facing 2-burner stove. Kind of helps save some countertop space there. So you have this countertop space here that you can work with, and then your storage space up here. You also have storage under the bunk. I can't remember if I showed that or not. But that is pretty much everything, y'all. So I'm very curious what you think. If you could see yourself camping in something like this. I'll touch on some last little points on the outside as well. There's a clothing rod in there to hang some clothes. 2-tiered shelf system with an outlet back in that corner. And then as we go back outside, this also has a tankless on-demand water heater, so that's going to be nice as well. Something else I also forgot to mention here is this also has a hyper deck flooring in here. So this is basically a composite panel subflooring underneath here that is all completely water resistant. So 1, it's more lightweight. 2, it's completely water resistant. So that is also going to help with the longevity of this RV as well, just giving you a nice sturdy foundation underneath there with your subflooring. This is a single axle travel trailer. Some people have concerns with a single axle travel trailer because if you have a blowout, obviously you're only relying on that one wheel there. Whereas you can go up to like a tandem axle here and have 2 wheels on each side. If you're concerned about that, maybe that's something you should look into. I'm actually looking at single axle travel trailers myself. So that is something that I have been considering. Down underneath here, you do have exposed water tanks. So this basically just means that these water tanks here are susceptible to freezing because there's nothing really protecting them from the elements. Now, if you're full timing in an RV, that might become a problem in the winter. But if you're just going on camping trips through the spring, summer, fall, really not too much of a concern, honestly. Not something that is truly necessary unless you plan on camping for extended periods of time with water on board in freezing temperatures. You still can even camp in this in freezing temperatures. You just can't bring water with you. So all things to consider. You'll be able to purchase a retractable ladder that can mount in there to get up onto your roof, or you can use a ladder that you already have at home. You store your sewer hose in this bumper here, or most people do typically, and you have a spare tire off the back as well. And then all your water connections and everything will be on the other side of the RV. But that is everything here on this Dutchmen Kodiak 17 SBH. So very curious what you think, if you could see yourself camping in something like this, and hopefully I've convinced 1 or 2 of y'all that maybe you should think about going RV camping and just exploring what you can do with RV camping. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, live firmly unbound.